If you're trying to add a few points to your credit score using the AU method, I'm going to tell you the absolute best card, hands down. The best AU card is the Discover card. Here's what I found on their website. When you add a friend or family member as an authorized user to your Discover card, you help them build a credit history. It's right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I love the Discover card. But I'm going to keep telling you why I think the Discover card is the absolute best AU card, hands down. So let's see what makes it the absolute best AU card. Number 1, Discover reports once a week, which means if you were added as an AU on, let's say, Wednesday, it will report to your credit by the following week on Monday or Tuesday. That's pretty powerful right there, guys. So if you add your card like on Wednesday, if you get in by Wednesday, it will report the following week by Monday or Tuesday. It'll be on your credit report, of course, thus raising your credit scores. Number 2, Discover reports to all 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Number 3, Discover reports the entire history of the card. If the card has a 10-year history, then that 10-year history will report to your credit profile. Not all cards report the history. If you are added to an American Express, it will not report the history. I don't care if the card is 1,000 years old, you will not get 1,000 years of history on your credit report. You will get like 1 month, the month that you were added. That's the way it works. So, like I say, the Discover card is the absolute best AU card, hands down. Number 4, Discover uses your name and social security number to identify you to make sure the history reports to your credit profile. There are some cards that don't ask for the social security number, and that makes it a bit more tricky sometimes to get it to post to your credit profile, but not Discover. They ask for your social security number, and there are a lot of cards out there that ask for the social security number, but some cards don't ask for social security number, and then what you must do is you have to create some type of association. So the authorized user would more than likely have to burn one of his inquiries by adding the address of the card holder. And that right there are some of the reasons why I feel like the Discover card is the best AU, hands down. So let's talk about what I think is the absolute best place to get yourself an authorized user credit card. That's going to be from friends and family. Those are going to be the absolute best places because why? Well, they're friends and their family, and I'm sure you've helped friends and family out in the past. And the other thing is, I would think they love you, and if not, whatever. But they won't charge you. More than likely, they will not ask you for any type of money. Now, they might ask for a favor or something like that. Maybe want you to babysit the kids or something, but outside of that, they probably won't ask you for any money. Now, I will say this also, when dealing with friends and family, you want to make sure that friend or that family member is responsible with their credit. Here's what I'm talking about when I talk about being responsible. You want to make sure that card holder spends less than 30%. 30% is like a max. Your ideal target rate is 10% or less because that utilization is going to help your credit or hurt your credit depending on what the utilization on the card is. So if they're spending 50%, your credit scores could actually go down once it hits your profile if they're, say, upwards of 50 or 60%. So you want to make sure they're very responsible with their utilization of their card. And I say no more than 30%. That is the absolute high bar. 30%. Do not go more than 30%. Ideally, you want it at 10% or less. But hey, if it's free, I'll take 23% utilization. Especially on a card that's, say, 10 years old, 15 years old. The more history, the more it's going to help your credit profile. So I'm saying friends or family. Now, you might be saying, I don't have no family members with good credit. Now, the other thing you can do is you can always search the internet. There's tons of people out there that sell AU cards. Or, as you can see from the screen right here, I have AU credit cards on hand right now. And I got all the good Discover cards. All you got to do is look down in the description if you can't find anybody else. But I'd still say a friend or a family member would be better than even me because I'm going to charge you. You're going to get charged when you come to me, but what are you going to do after it hits your credit and your scores are up into the 800s? I'm not saying that this is going to raise your score to the 800s, but it could depending on where your credit is at. There's a number down in the description. You can text that number and I can send you over the list so you can get yourself that Discover and raise those scores. And remember, it only takes about a week before it reports to your credit. That's going to do it for this video. I'm out. Peace.